From the Better Business Bureau today. This is an interesting concept for this segment today because there are certain things that both of these groups have in common when it comes to vulnerability.
Absolutely. You know, here's what's interesting. We have college students who haven't had their credit damaged yet, and we have a lot of seniors that have taken such good care of their credit over such a long period of time.
Right.
And they're both very trusting, both a little naive. Science has shown that as we get older, our brains actually become more trusting, and that group has just not been scammed.
Isn't that funny? I mean, we should become more skeptical maybe older, but you know, we tend to soften a little bit.
Right, it's not the case. So we see identity theft very common with both groups. We see both groups taken advantage of by credit card companies, of all things. You know,
now, one of the places that we want to talk about this morning are the job scams, because that's one of the places where they start to try to gather information from you.
Yes, seniors are looking for jobs. Our college kids are looking for jobs. They're not accustomed to the online application process, and we have a lot of con men out there that are using that process to steal identity or just get money up front. You know, you shouldn't have to pay to get a job. We hear about having to have background checks, but you shouldn't have to pay for your background check. So that's one of the ways these guys are getting money. You want to
That's interesting. I mean, that's an interesting twist on it to say, well, of course we want to make sure that you're qualified, so we'll do a thorough background check. Which, of course, you will be responsible for paying for if you really want this job.
And you have to pay for it, or there's some sort of processing fee for your application. You want to, when you're checking these guys out online, if they're offering you a job to make a lot of money doing something very simple, that's usually a big red flag. Right? And also if they don't have any contact information, so there's no phone number, there's no brick and mortar location, you can't find them, they'll contact you. Those are some red flags you want to be careful of.
Do you ask them to provide details in writing then?
Well, you absolutely want information on their company. You want to be sure that you can proactively contact them, and you want to be able to look them up online and see if other people have made complaints and check out their report with the BBB. But you know, typically if these guys are out there kind of scamming and conning, you'll see something show up online because someone will catch on to it pretty quickly.
Okay, so folks, that's the word of the day is you contact the Better Business Bureau ahead of time before you run into a problem to do your research and your homework. You're there for folks. The website's up 24 hours a day, ready to receive inquiries and take information from people that suspect they've been scammed.
Absolutely, and please be guarded online. You know, especially with our students and seniors, the amount of information that students are putting online on their social media, which is then being used to scam the grandparents with the phone call saying, hey grandma, I'm overseas, I'm in trouble, you know, one of our military folk, can you please wire money? Make sure it's your kid before you run to the bank and wire money. It's that wire money that's the big red flag. Okay,
very good. All right, Cheryl Reichert, Better Business Bureau, BBB.org. That's where you go for more information. And do your homework. Cheryl, thanks.
Thanks.
As always.
Nice to be here.